Hi, my name is Derek Henry with Accelerate Consulting. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate using conditional formatting in Excel using a few common examples. This is a powerful feature to give your files a very polished look and also help you set up conditions to make exceptions stand out. There are several Accelerate macros to help with conditional formatting, including the Conditional Formatting Picker, which can quickly run many of the macros that help with this and also apply some common conditional formatting types. To add, edit, or delete conditional formatting, you want to go to the Home tab in Excel, then go to Conditional Formatting over here toward the middle, and click Manage Rules. From here you can add a new rule, you can edit an existing rule, and you can delete an existing rule. So if you click New Rule, you've got some different condition options. I prefer the formula-based option because it is the most flexible, lets you just define a formula similar to how you would put a formula in the cell. And then you can define whatever formatting you want. You can set the number format, modify the font in a lot of different ways, set the border, and then set the fill color. So to give an example of one of the Accelerate macros, we're going to highlight this data and we want to highlight blanks. So we just highlight the selection we want to apply the conditional formatting to, and then we're going to run the CF highlight blanks macro right here, and that's it, it's already done. So you can see the highlights are in yellow here whenever there's a blank. For the next example, we're going to use a macro that's going to highlight differences. So you've got your two sets of numbers here, you've got your difference column set up, and so we're going to run the good, bad, check format macro. And then you can apply your difference threshold in case you don't care about rounding. The default is 0 right here, and so I click OK. And notice how anything that is not within that tolerable range shows as a red fill, and then everything else is a green fill. Next we will look at applying the data bars. So I'm going to use the Conditional Formatting Picker here, and I'm going to enter D for data bars. And so what this does is it adds conditional formatting just like this. If I want to change this to the color scales, that's another common one that people like to use, and so it adds it here. Probably don't want both of those, so I'm going to go up here, edit rules, I'm going to take off the data bar, and just like that, now I have the color scale. Next we're going to look at two examples that are going to give your file a very polished look. So one of them is called Add Banding. And so what this does is it uses the alternating color rows, and it makes it easier to find which row you're on, especially when this is either printed or presented. One other one we're going to do, we're going to actually highlight the variances and make those red or green so that they stick out. And so what we do is type in red, green, CF variance here. We run that macro. You can set any NA values just in case you have some formulas, if you've got divide by zero errors that you're handling, something like that. And the default is NA here. You just have to make sure to wrap this in quotes to work correctly. And so we do that, and notice that all of the positive variances are green and the negative variances are red. It just gives your file a nice polished look. One final important point to know with conditional formatting is that it is applied in a prioritized order. So if we go back up here to the Manage Rules, you see that there's multiple formatting rules here. The top one is the highest priority, so that's going to override anything that might be conflicting below in terms of the formatting to apply. So if you've got a similar rule that's met here with red and green, this one would make red go instead. That's it for this video covering some common examples of conditional formatting in Excel. You can find more videos like this one and many other resources on our website at www.accelerate.co. Thanks for watching and have an excellent day.